Welcome to the Producer Mindset. You're looking for a real estate and business podcast that is raw, unfiltered, and authentic. A podcast that gives you insight into the growth strategies of industry titans. Well, here it is. Get ready for an amazing ride as your hosts Josh McQuaig and Michael Rivero talk weekly with special guests about the most important topics in the industry today. And now, here are your hosts, Josh McQuaig and Michael Rivero.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So welcome back to the Producer Mindset, episode number 7. What's up, Josh?
Just clapping.
Just clapping? That's awesome.
I'm going to talk about engagement.
It's like a seal, just clapping around. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about, today we're talking about multiplying your online presence through engagement. So as usual, we'll just go ahead and begin, and I'm gonna ask Josh, what does that mean to you? Multiplying your online presence.
Multiplying through engagement. So clearly multiplying your online presence, growing your online presence through engagement, right? And if we take it back to like the whole purpose of social media, it's to be social with not only people that you know, but people that you don't know. It's to meet new people and to make lots of connections. So it's, it makes sense that you have to engage in order for your online presence to actually grow. All these different social media platforms reward you by showing your content to more people and allowing you to connect with more people by simply just engaging within the platform, right? The whole goal is for you to be on the platform as long as possible, and they're going to continue to reward you based off of that. So just from a very high level, before we go into certain types of engagements that you can do to boost your online presence, you have to engage in order for yourself to expand online.
That's true. So one of the biggest things, especially, we do social media marketing, right? For real estate agents, for loan officers, in different industries as well. And one of the biggest questions that always comes up is, how do I increase my engagement? How do I increase my followers? How do I get more comments? How do I get more likes? And honestly, the answer, I think for a long time now, it's always just been like, well, you need to be present and you need to be exactly that, social, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a social media platform. So when you're not social, where you're just posting and getting out without any sort of engagement, what kind of return do you think you can expect?
Yeah.
Right.
You get out what you put in.
Exactly. So I know that this is something that's taken myself. It's probably taking you some time as well to get a hold of, but realistically, I'm spending roughly, because of what we do, I'm spending roughly 30 to 45 minutes a day engaging with new people, whether it's leaving likes, comments, following them, sending them DMs and things like that. It's kind of like a part of the game, So
Yeah.
If you're a real estate agent and you want to get more engagement out of your social media accounts, then you need to start by engaging yourself. Merging some time and effort, while you're scrolling down, if you're in the restroom and you're scrolling through Instagram, you're scrolling through Facebook or LinkedIn, take the time to actually like something and leave some thoughtful comments. What's his name talks about Gary V talks about the 𝘸𝘩𝘵 strategy, where you leave really thoughtful comments on 18 posts at a time. And that's how he grew his account, supposedly. So I don't know if that still holds true today, but it's definitely the fastest way of getting organic reach.
Yep, absolutely. I just checked my screen time, and it says that on average I spend 30 minutes a day, which is probably not, well, over the past few weeks, definitely been a little distracted, but it's definitely not enough time. But it's okay. There's always room for improvement.
So what I want to do right now is I want to give some tips on how to increase your engagement. And for me, it all begins first and foremost with knowing and understanding your audience. So if you're a real estate agent and you're on the buy side, you're on the sell side, or you're on the list side, generally speaking, everybody on any platform is going to be part of your target audience. However, when you're producing content that speaks directly to them, you're likely to actually kind of embed your message in their head a little bit different, right? At the same time, if you go and take a look at some of the hashtags and the locations where your target audience is typically hanging out at, and you start keeping track of the places, the hashtags and things like that that they pay attention to, and you start engaging on those, then you're likely to get the same return from the same people that are already within your target audience. What are your thoughts on just understanding your audience and engaging with them directly?
No, yeah, absolutely. So Instagram, I don't know how long ago that they did this. It wasn't very long ago. I would say plus or minus a year. But they made the update where you can follow hashtags and you can follow locations, and making sure that you first off have a clear understanding of who you're actually trying to, where you're trying to go, grow, the location of where you're trying to grow, and who you're trying to actually, as Dan Sullivan says, who you're trying to be a hero to.
Yeah.
So having a clear idea of who those are, or who that person is and where that location is the first step. So if you're a real estate agent trying to farm your business in McLean, where are people hanging out in and around McLean, where you can follow the certain hashtag that identifies that spot and follow the location that identifies the spot. And once you have that, and this is what I've implemented over the past few months, it's engaging within certain locations so that even if it's not a real estate agent, it's just somebody in the general public, it's, I'm still growing my brand recognition by engaging with somebody that's, might be able to refer me to, or to work with a realtor.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so it's about really becoming a presence within, like, for instance, I follow hashtag DMV real estate, DMV real estate agent, hashtag Ballston Quarter, hashtag Clarendon, hashtag Nova Real Estate, Compass DMV, and make sure to engage with those. And pretty much I've transitioned my entire Instagram to just see those hashtags and those locations. So whenever I go on Instagram, I just engage with those locations every single time that I see a real estate post come across. So it's just about using the app instead of letting the app use you. And that's, I'm specifically talking about Instagram, because Instagram, I'd say, is the basis of, where realtors are using it for their business, and how, you get the most bang for your buck as far as time input on Instagram.
I think in addition to that, it's also making sure that you're publishing content on a regular basis, right? You want to give people enough of an opportunity to actually latch themselves and kind of engage with some of the content that you have available. That's going to give you, I think, an opportunity to show your personality, show your work, show your business, and really just show who you are.
Absolutely.
The biggest thing when trying to take engagement to the next level is by paying attention to someone's caption and paying attention to the actual post. Saying cool photo, cool video doesn't necessarily mean engagement. That's not meaningful, nor it's something that people are going to attach themselves to, right?
Yeah.
So one of the quick tricks that I've personally found and that I've been using is I will use a specific compliment about either the caption, the photo, the video, and then I just go ahead and copy whatever my script is. That gives you an opportunity to be thoughtful and to also ask for some love in return. And I've seen that more people are actually reacting to that than they do to, let's just say, cool photo, right? Yeah. So whenever you're doing any sort of engagement with people, leave something thoughtful, leave something behind that they could go ahead and follow up a question with, or anything along those lines, because if you don't give them that, then like why would they go ahead and take your cool photo compliment? How would you feel if they left the same exact comment? You'd be like, thanks. Like that doesn't mean absolutely anything, So make sure that you're constantly trying to provide value, or at least understand where someone is coming from with a specific post. And that's essentially the key to get more engagement. I think that if we are to look at a deeper form of engagement, you want to engage with them on the likes, on the comments on a regular basis. So spend some time a day doing this. But also at the same time, with every new follower that you have, make sure that they get a video, make sure they get a voice note, or
Huge.
even a message, and just say, hey, thank you so much for following me. Just checked out your page. I see that you like doing this, this, this. Please let me know how I can be a resource to you. And essentially what that does is it creates that likability right away, because not many people are going to take the time to do that. At least not right now, until, you know, it becomes a little bit more of an automated process. But I've seen that it's night and day whenever we do that for people, for our clients, even on our clients' behalfs. When we do it for our clients, they tend to get more engagement, and a few of them end up getting some leads off of the fact that we simply said hello to one of their followers or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Really quick, just a question that, you know, as far as you're talking about consistency with posting, right? And that's also a factor that goes into multiplying your online presence. It's engaging in a way. Posts versus stories on Instagram. What do you think you should be the most consistent with on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day, so that means literally every single day, stories. Stories mainly because they help you stay top of mind. It keeps you in front of your top 150 watchers, viewers, right? And on top of that, you also watch stories. That's probably the first thing you watch on your feed whenever you go onto a place like Instagram, Facebook, you watch stories. So the really cool thing that I've been using stories in that sense, right? To add a little bit more to that question,
Yep.
I've been using stories by reacting to someone's stories and following up with a message.
Yeah.
And I've just been like in everybody's DMs and top of mind for so many reasons, to the point where people now are like, okay, what do you do exactly? How can you help me?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in terms of social media marketing for my business? And that's literally a matter of me just reacting to a few stories, following up with some questions. There's one realtor in particular. She posts food every single day. So I'm always like, oh, that looks delicious. What is it? And she's giving me a few recipes and things like that. So the day, at some point in time, I will use one of her recipes on purpose just to say, hey, I did it. So let's go ahead and do business now, you know? But it's just a matter of engaging. So I pay attention to stories. I would recommend stories is something that they should do on a day-to-day basis. And if they're going to not post every single day, like someone like Gary Vaynerchuk recommends posting every day, we see someone like Ricky Carruth, Tom Ferry, all of these coaches, right? Like they're always posting every single day. If you're not going to post every single day, that's okay, but be intentional whenever you do post.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because whenever you're not intentional about posting on social media, what you're doing is you're just simply, you're almost, you know, disrespecting someone's time because it's on their feed. So I don't know. That's just like my mindset, how it's shifted from like posting every single day, but that's also because we are posting educational content every day. But now it's like every other day I'll post something like in terms of content and personal, or like educational and personal. So I feel like whenever you do publish, make sure it's intentional and for the benefit of your audience. But that's pretty much it. Respond to all the comments that you get. Go ahead and ask for comments. And another way that you can go ahead and build more engagement is by tagging people in your post and asking them, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Again, so long as it's thought-provoking, you know, if it's just a photo of you eating a hot dog and your caption is, I'm eating a hot dog, and you want people to leave you a meaningful comment, don't expect much out of that.
Exactly.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know how much deeper we can get into building more engagement. I guess we could get a little bit more technical. But if you guys are listening and you'd like for us to go on a more technical conversation about building engagement through social media, go ahead and book a call. It's calendly.com/TopShotPro, and we'll be able to actually go and take a deep dive based on your analytics and your data and see
Absolutely.
exactly how to build the engagement from there. But do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. Just, whoever's listening to this, if they took something away from it, let us know what that is and how it worked for you on Instagram. My Instagram is right there at Josh McQuaig. And then at TopShotDC is your Instagram, Michael.
Where is it?
Wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on, podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, whatever you're on, leave us a review and be honest.
That's it. All right. So thank you guys for listening. Next episode, we're actually going to do a little recap because we've been in business for over a year now. So
that's it.
We're going to have a little recap of what a year in business has meant for us, what we've observed works and doesn't work for social media and real estate agents, and really what transformed some of these top producers from being offline top producers to online top producers as well. So we'll go ahead and talk about that and get to it. But thank you guys.
That's it for this episode of The Producer Mindset, but be sure to subscribe for more business tactics, marketing strategies, social media tips, and more to help you create a more profitable online presence as a top producer in your industry. Don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best content and the most insightful guests. Thank you for listening.